making waves in the Central Jersey area with his, I guess, Daisy in this case. But I mean, these are two like incumbent gatekeeper type of players, and we get to see who makes the most out of this chance right now.
Yeah, the interesting thing here is Luigi actually has decent anti-airs to deal with float. The forward air and the up air are both very strong and combo into each other. It can be pretty tough for Daisy to set up that float area, as you're seeing. Z- already on a very aggressive stance.
Yeah, it's looking solid thus far. Able to find a down tier. Oh, that was a Stitch. That was a Winky Face. But he doesn't get all the hits of so many of his starters, but still keeping the ledge trap firm. Yeah. Jukain able to react to the pressure and react to the misfortunes going on very strongly thus far.
Yeah, and I like Jukain's measurements, his discipline when he has to chase Luigi on the ground. I mean, his ledge traps are already going to be where Peach thrives, so he's just taking his time in the neutral. That's exactly what you like to see.
Yeah, looking for another back out. This same kind of interaction has happened multiple times over. Z- lands with Zair, it gets clanked out by Peach back air, and instead of trying to go for another option, he instead just goes for an immediate dash grab, which Jukain has already crossed him up.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, I like the setup attempt with the Nair to the up B. However, does not land, and Jukain is going to get a ton of percent here.
Look at all the damage came out so quickly. Jukain is just really on point with how he's playing around grab and how he's playing around just usual Luigi stuff. Like Z- is really known for finding a lot of different types of conversions. I mean, that's a pretty classic one. Yeah. But he looks for unique ways to find grab. And I mean, Jukain is playing around away.
Yeah.
But not like fully running away, but more just like floating away. Doing that kind of Mute style where he's right outside of your range by floating in such an awkward spot.
Yep, trying to get that ledge trap locked down with the turnip. Nothing doing. I'm surprised we didn't just see Jukain pull a turnip and then do one of Peach's cover every option ledge traps. Yeah. You can float down air by the ledge, immediately Z-drop turnip and ledge trump, and then go for the fair, and it covers every option.
I'm really actually surprised we didn't see an up smash out of shield. I think he was holding a turnip, but man, it's a hard one to lose when you just completely whiff a punish on misfire. Like you want to hit Luigi Cyclone as much as possible. Oh, bit of a mix.
Oh.
No
kill. Not enough. Well, not low enough percent. Even that dash attack not killing with the excellent DI from Z- here, but Jukain has looked all but untouchable.
Yeah. Really, speaking of it, there's the back air right out of shield, calling out the spot dodge from Z- as Jukain looking like a very strong position. But the trouble thing here is, and Z- definitely is a player of plenty of it, Luigi has one of the strongest X factors in the game. Because he can kill you in a moment's notice off of frame 5 tilts or a grab from a massive distance.
Yeah, and at this point, Z- knows that he may not be getting this grab, so he is just opting for a little bit of damage. Goodness gracious, rolls out of the way just in time. That could have been super dangerous.
Excuse me, I panicked. I saw Peach pull a bomb and I had flashbacks.
Yeah, no, that's
oh, a Stitch.
Well,
man.
What do you do? Yup, just pressure with the aerials. Usually when Peaches have a strong turn-up, they open up the pressure for the aerials because they are so afraid of that turn-up. Jukain with excellent down B luck. And even better play when he got the luck.
Very, very true. He was just very like refined towards everything. Just letting the turnip, like he knows when he gets a pull here, he doesn't have to tunnel on just turnip combos. He can play with any turnip he has and do, what is?
I don't understand. What is he doing?
I don't know. I didn't see what it
was.
Pulled.
That like the golden ticket from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
Was it?
Like,
I think so.
I have no idea.
I mean, he played with what he got, and that's RNG sways both ways for these characters.
Yeah,
Luigi can get a lot of, can live longer and also find cheeky kills with misfire, while turnips are a huge part of Daisy's game plan, regardless of if you pull a Stitch face or a Bomb or a Winky face.
Yeah, and I think that's what makes Peach's RNG genuinely much stronger. When you play a character like Mr. Game & Watch or Luigi and think about their RNG, they kind of have to fish for their RNG in order to make it work. But Peach is just doing it as a part of her normal game plan, so you will see it come into play much more frequently.
Her normal gameplay loop just feeds into what makes it great. As
speaking of Winky Face, one of the best turn-ups for combos, so definitely looking good so far.
It really feels like Z- hasn't had an answer for Daisy down air. And that's been, I mean, that's been huge for Jukain.
I think mostly it's just he just hasn't had an option to deal with Jukain's movement in general. He has been so evasive, so difficult to hit during key moments that Z- needs to find a way to hit him more consistently, and so far it's working out pretty darn well if he can get this kill.
Another roll-on came from Jukain, and it looked like Z- had it scouted out, but they whiffed the punish. Looking strong here and going with the full rise on that full hop, double jump, down B. Looking to get that going and looking to get perhaps this combo.
Oh, misses it. Daisy is very thin, so that up air can be very precise to hit.
Yeah, now we see the shoe is on the other foot here for Jukain. He was playing so long last game with the lead. Now he has to really struggle to find this stock. Ends up capitalizing on the low airspeed of Luigi with that forward air and gets a chance to pull a turnip.
Yeah, honestly, Jukain making up ground exactly where he needs to, and Z-, I think Z-'s pressure has been infinitesimally better. Like, it's just been so tough for Jukain to do the same movement that he's been doing because Z- throwing out hitboxes exactly where he needs to.
But misses the turnaround grab. That was almost a really cheeky starter on the reverse back air into down tilt. That was really cool, honestly, but he missed the grab afterward to cover the air dodge, which, I mean, the damage is great, but you lose a ledge trap, which is what you want more against Luigi.
Yeah, just sucked in. Unfortunate DI there. It looked like maybe even good DI would not have saved Jukain, but that's a tough sell for sure as Z- finally goes for the combo using the Zair instead of the up air to finish it. And that is going to be Jukain's stock. Getting hit by 2 grabs that set. Much different story.
I mean, what's there to say, right?
Yeah.
It was played well, and then he grabbed you.
Yeah, and the reason he was able to get those grabs was because Jukain's movement that was so strong and so effective during that game 1 got adapted to. And Jukain didn't have the responses necessary in order to counteract those adaptions, like those fireballs and those rising back airs, the landing back airs, etc. You know?
We'll have to see how things play out for Jukain. See if he's able to turn around what is, like, it honestly feels like when you play against Luigi, as soon as they land their first big kill combo, things can unravel a little bit. Especially since a lot of these a lot of your multi-hits aren't working as well as you would have liked them to.
Yeah. Soft back air, knows the hit is unsafe, waits for an option for Z-. Jukain, however, rolling in, not a bad situation, already took a bit of percent.
50 now. The damage is racking up pretty evenly with both characters. Z- really committing to an early rising aerial type of game. These up airs, these forward airs, coming out pretty clutch, while Jukain lower to the ground with his floats, which, I mean, I really like.
Mixing things up, yeah, that's the whole point of Peach's float. It's one of the best mobility options in the game, and to make it effective, it's not about where you are, it's about how confusing it is about where you're going to be.
The pressure in the corner adapted to by Jukain, able to get away from the rising bear and go to dash attack of his own, but that parry means the up smash was soon to follow. Z- again holding that lead in a game 3 set.
Yeah, and the tough thing is that Peach's forward air is her least safe aerial, so Jukain kind of bet it all on that shield pressure when he didn't really need to.
Missing, it's just like little things that go wrong for Jukain. Missing a slight timing here and there lets Z- get back to stage, and Z- survivability on top of the DI as well has been huge. No punishes again on so many air dodges, but the spot dodge was covered.
Yeah, at that percent, Z-'s anti-airs don't really do much to Jukain, so he's fine with floating at that height.
There's the first down B out of hit stun. Haven't seen that trigger pulled from Z-. Jukain playing around it pretty good thus far.
Yep. And playing around this, very nice. Again, the landing down B. Jukain hasn't had to adapt to that yet, and Z- is kind of catching on. Perhaps Jukain will be ready for it this time, but Z- is going to have to make that call.
Well, the air dodge comes in, but like Jukain really like will either get hit or a scramble will happen, and Jukain's answer is always like jump or float away and try and let Z- panic.
Yeah, that double jump cyclone, able to get extra height on that confirm and make it even more deadly. Great stuff for Z-.
Going for the pivot grab, trying to end this game right now with all this rage and sore spot back air.
Oh, almost covers it. The Nair wouldn't have taken it, but that would have been extra momentum. Still gets the pickup with the grab.
A couple more back airs. There's the third one. Okay, last stock. Basically, fresh stocks apiece. Game 3, what do we got going on? A turnip in hand, thrown immediately away.
Honestly, at those low percent scenarios, Z- could be responding with more up smashes, but either way, losing that stock and Jukain has a bit of momentum here. Both going for their combo breakers. However, dropping the turnip too, that's going to be pretty huge.
And it was a dot eyes too. He had to float and using the carousel very nicely. I mean, it's crazy how these grabs are so seamless and you are gone.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm surprised I haven't really seen that double jump cyclone, the instant double jump rising cyclone extension from other Luigis. It just, it looks very, very strong. Z- has got it down to a science, and getting stocks like way earlier than I would expect Luigi to be getting them, aside from them doing up B. So really just excellent clutch in that sense, because Jukain tried to get the momentum started. He had a pretty decent start on that neutral, but all it takes is a couple stray hits and Luigi can just get you going for a mile.
Yeah, I know Z- is really focused on like, hey, like the most consistent thing about Luigi in a lot of ways isn't even the down throw 0 to deaths, which are really good, but have strong counterplay in SDI. But it's the down throw cyclone that is the most consistent thing about the character. So being able to optimize that more and more, try and get an exact positioning where the opponent and Luigi are in about the same spot, so they're sending almost straight vertical, and the DI doesn't matter. As well as what we saw prior with that double jump cyclone, instant double jump, putting so close to the blast zone that, again, DI doesn't matter, and you're able to just get kills reliably off a grab at 100.
And